Hey, hi everybody. This is live. All right, here we go. Live again. Dr. Ken Muich, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center. And I'm here to talk to you about one really important subject, and that is how the summer heat and or humidity adversely affects patients and can add additional problems to your existing conditions. It's interesting, especially for fibromyalgia patients. One of the main things is fatigue. And so heat doesn't actually help this at all. You're already going slow, and now you're going to slow down even more. And when that happens, without a dietary change, you can have some weight gains. And those weight gains are usually not good. They're not healthy weight gains, let's put it that way. Not like adding lean tissue. You're actually adding fat. And so this is an ongoing problem with patients. Matter of fact, if you don't stay active, and I've talked to you about this before, 10% each year, anywhere from 5 to 10% of your lean muscle tissue turns into fat or adipose tissue. And so even though you weighed 170 pounds last year and now you weigh 170 pounds this year, if you have not exercised and watched dietary things, you probably have gained another 5 to 10% of fat. And that fat is not only between the tissues, but it also surrounds the organs, which is a real problem. So what is this problem as far as fat and obesity? About 1/3 of all Americans seem to have this problem. You should not, if you go fat, it's called the Fat Mass Index, FMI. You can get it tested by doctors and so forth. You should not go over the number 13. If you are 13 and above, you are considered obese, believe it or not, fat. And that is a real problem because research has shown that this obesity causes additional fatigue, depression, and pain, and it also leaves you open for additional health problems. And so consequently, if you already have a health problem, you are again susceptible to additional health problems. The thing that you have to watch is obviously diet. The diet is extremely important. As I mentioned to you, read labels on medications. You've got to read labels on food also. What is the fat content? You know, when we take patients off of certain things, we take them off of sugar, gluten, trans fatty acids, and dairy. Those things are not only addictive, but oftentimes they do cause an increase in fat. And so look at the labels as far as the fat content of certain products. Fat, additional fat. Fat is good. It's excellent. It's needed for neurological functioning, so forth. But additional fat, research has shown, is inflammatory. It actually causes an endorphin reaction, a negative endorphin reaction that is called cytokines. Excuse me, cytokines, and the cytokines transfer into your circulatory system, and it causes more pain, believe it or not. So, and I've been preaching this for years. I'll never forget at a seminar conference where I got in a disagreement with an MD who said that fat is not inflammatory. Fat is important for neurological function. I said, yes, but excess fat forms in and around the organs, and it's inflammatory. And he said, show me the studies. And I didn't have right on hand. I said, but it's been known for years. You know, you really have to watch yourself as far as what you eat. And looking at that doctor, I would say he was having a fat problem himself. A lot of people who have excess fat refuse to accept the fact that they have excess fat, and so consequently they just keep on putting on more and more weight. Take a look at your doctor. Take a look at your health professional. If he's not healthy, how can he teach you and expound to you the importance of good health? I hate to say it that way, but it's important. You know, I did some recent testing on myself, and I didn't like some of some of the numbers that came up. And so I went on what's called a low glycemic diet. Yeah, I hate the word diet. It sounds like you're going to starve yourself to death. Actually what it is just watching the fat content that absorbs and gets into your system. So I cut out certain foods and I increased the fruits and vegetables. And so I'm like 75-25. I wasn't really a big meat eater anyway, but I'm concentrating more on chicken, fish, shellfish, and turkey. If you can do the chicken or turkey, make sure you don't eat the skin. That is fat. But fish always has a wonderful aspect to it. If you don't like fish, again, pound the chicken and the turkey and use that. Not processed. Don't get, lunch meats because again, that has all sorts of additives and so forth. So the adipose tissue, research has shown, actually causes an endorphin tissue reaction, and it secretes inflammatory process materials into your bloodstream, circulatory system, that leads to additional pain. So it's very, very important that you watch your diet at all times, but especially if you're going to slow down during the summertime. The other thing is, look, I know if you're in a lot of pain, it's very, very difficult, but try to stay as active as you can. Matter of fact, try to go out and at least get some fresh air. It's interesting. A lot of shopping centers have areas where you can just walk. It's air conditioned, and they have actually walking exercises in the morning where you can actually walk around the place and not get overheated. Make sure you drink a lot of fluid. That's very, very important. Also, drink fluid before you get thirsty. And that's kind of a rule of order. Once you get thirsty, that means that you're getting dehydrated already, and you definitely don't want to have another problem as far as that's concerned. So, in the summer, excess heat slows people down. If you don't change dietary things, if you don't change your way of eating, you're going to add additional adipose tissue. And research has shown, especially even recent research again has shown, that this leads to obesity, but also additional pain, additional fatigue, depression, all sorts of things that for fibromyalgia patients you already have. So again, you may want to look back and see what we have as far as our detox program. That works exceptionally well. All of our patients lose a great deal of weight. Some maybe 10 pounds, but others have lost 20, 30 pounds just to get the garbage out of your system. Hey, have a wonderful time. I will see you next week with another very, very interesting topic on fibromyalgia and how little things sometimes can make a big difference in your life. Again, this is Dr. Ken Muich, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center. We're always welcome and interested on finding out about your comments, and feel free to send in information. There are some of you I'm falling behind a little bit getting back in touch with you, primarily because I'm trying to chase and be on the road, but I promise I will be getting back with additional information to you. Thank you very, very much. Every Monday, 12:30 p.m. Arizona time, the Fibromyalgia Wellness Center will have a live video on a very, very interesting and timely subject. Thank you so very, very much. I look forward to seeing you next week. And don't forget, October 6th and 7th, for health professionals, tell your doctors to attend this because we will actually be training them in our fibromyalgia protocol. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day now, a great weekend, a great week.